So lately, Maul has been a large subject of the hype surrounding the upcoming Kenobi series, and behind the subject of Maul is a theory that asks the question, will Maul be in the Kenobi series? Despite what just about everyone thinks, Maul appearing in the show is much more likely than most people would think, except it's not how most people would think it would happen. You see, Maul played a large part in forming Obi-Wan into the person that we will see him as in the show. Maul not only killed his master and father figure Qui-Gon, but he also murdered Satine. So I think that there would be flashbacks of Satine being killed by Maul, and possibly even more flashbacks of Maul as well as some references to him. The next question is, how are we going to see Maul? And by that I mean who would play Maul, and most importantly, how would he look? We did see Ray Park, who played Maul, make a post a few months ago that showed the head prosthetics for Maul with the caption that read, "Meet me on Dathomir." So it's pretty obvious that he would reprise the role of Maul. And the most important question is, how would he look? Lately, Lucasfilm hasn't exactly been the most accurate with their prosthetics. And of course, I'm talking about the Grand Inquisitor. He looks like one of those Watchers from Marvel. Assuming that Maul does show up, I really hope they go 100% on him. I would hope that a character as important as Maul gets treated as such. Of course, we already know that the prosthetics fit Ray Park perfectly, so it would be really hard to mess it up. Another pretty big question is, what exactly will this mean for the Kenobi show? We already pretty much know the plot will be the Inquisitors hunting down Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan dealing with the emotions of Order 66, and Anakin turning to the dark side. And of course we know that Obi-Wan in his free time on Tatooine would always look at the things that went wrong, and imagined if they hadn't. One of the biggest things that Obi-Wan would think about is, what if Qui-Gon trained Anakin instead of himself? And of course the reason of that is because Maul killed Qui-Gon. So I think Obi-Wan would be very mad and not just blame Maul for everything that happened, but also himself for having so many opportunities to kill Maul. So I think that this would be a huge part of the Kenobi series and building Obi-Wan's story. And of course, with all this being said, it's important to remember that there's only a slim chance that we will see Maul. So don't get your hopes up. Another thing I wanted to mention is if we see Qi'ra in Maul's crime syndicate. I know it's extremely far-fetched and has absolutely nothing to do with the theory I was just talking about, but it would be interesting and really nice to see. We haven't seen Maul's crime syndicate and Qi'ra since the Solo film, and eventually they have to continue that plot at some point, or at least just hint to it, but there's probably a better chance of Optimus Prime showing up. Overall, I highly doubt that we'll see the present day version of Maul that takes place at the same time as the show, but I definitely think we'll see Maul in flashbacks, or at least just hear a reference of him. And that was today's video. By the way, this video took a while to make, so if you could just take 1 second to drop a like and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, feel free to leave your feedback on the video in the comments down below. And with that being said, I really hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, may the Force be with you all.